have to do his thing. On your end, there should be a button somewhere.
Yeah.
Where you can go. You've gone already? You're streaming onto your platform? Or you bypass that?
I think I did bypass that.
Yeah, there's an option which allows you to stream to your own people. So what you do, come out. Oh, let me take you out again. No, in fact, just come out. Go to that window. You know, there's that window where you're logging in. Sorry, guys who are watching us live and listening to us. We're going through technicals. But there's a window when you're logging in which allows you to put your name and all that stuff. You know that one? Yeah, on the side there should be an option for stream to your platform. There should be a little engine gear thing. And you can click on that and then you can put in your Facebook and boom, you will be live on your platform.
Cool.
By yourself.
Like it.
Wow, you know what I'm saying? All right, so back to me. Yeah, so it's been a situation because as you know, I did a post and that post was
viral.
Yes, it was misconstrued by a cross section of the society. Yeah, there are those who decided they didn't agree with it. There are many who agreed with what I said, and then I got bashed by they used the Bible to sort of like hit me with it. Do not judge. Do not. They were doing like this. Do not judge. Do not judge. Don't judge. So it was rough, and but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we stated what we stated, and I know we offended a lot of people, and I still indicate that I'm very sorry about it. Back to you, Nono, as I'm doing the technicals here with my brother.
Yeah, so I couldn't get the gist that obviously there were people. I mean, some were supporting you, some were against you, and some just felt some type of a way. Because, like I always say, everything is about perspective. When you actually think about it, you will say something, others will defend it, others will oppose it, others will just feel like you're talking to them. Others, because they've been there before, will think that, this man. And you know what's funny? There was these bloggers. The bloggers were actually making fun of your hair. I think there was a meme they created.
Yeah.
With your head and your hair.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, they're just trying to shoot the rev down.
We're trying
to shoot the rev down.
It's okay. We'll live.
What did they call your hair once again?
Zazu.
Oh, Zazu.
Zazu.
At Skulirev, I know it look. That's what we heard.
So this is the other one. Which are wet look. Then there are those who get offended. So they're like, ni Reverend wa banja mankana na wet look. Ina sininga zimve Reverend also.
Ataba shoka to sis.
Ana shoka to sis. Then we nango me I don't. Then now the ones who are like really touched. Because I always do my posts and some of them tend to annoy people. So like yesterday I did something on what God cannot do does not exist. I mean, like I said, that's the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard in my life. And then, people got touched. So they're like, remind us again which church you run. That's always their favorite one. So just remind us again which church you run. But you see, at the end of the day, I am the designate watchman. I think that's now known. And I will speak about things and I will say what I have to say. But today we are not really in the fighting mood today.
No.
Today we're good guys. Today I have my dear brother and friend who is also known for fighting.
But I like the fact that he came to your aid. Because I could see his post. I was like, this one is in the ref's corner.
100%. Unashamedly, I was definitely on his corner, back to back, and I think they were not ready for me.
No, they were not.
So, I mean, and one of the things that's coming to the studio is I hope I don't get into this conversation because we will not talk about what we are.
That's why we have to focus on the conversation.
Because already I can feel like I want to go. Because I think we wear so many hats with what we do, and we're gifted like that. So
Absolutely.
1 minute we'll be talking corporate, we'll talk business, we'll talk spiritual. We can shift gears.
Yes.
And I think sometimes Zambia is not ready for people like us, but we are here.
Yeah, here we are. So let's go muy my corporate man. So let me even put the title. So guys, oh my.
Don't worry.
Okay, but guys, you can see me. At least I'm showing here. Now my friend is like a secret. So I don't know.
Are you saying I'm that black?
No, it's the angle. You see the light is behind you. You see that?
Oh.
So if you want to be, you have to kind of turn yourself and face that way, and get your camera facing that way, then that light over there will shine on your face. Then
But I want to see you.
Oh, okay. I thought you see me on the camera. on your thing. But anyway, I hear you. So, guys, those of you joining us today, you know, Stead is a good brother and friend of mine, and we always do a lot of stuff together. And this time around, he's got a great event coming up. So, if you look at your screens right now, those of you watching us, there's going to be something that we are discussing. We're discussing corporate peak performance.
Yeah.
And in this particular corporate peak performance, there are a number of things that Coach Stead is doing. Now, Coach, just walk us through what it is that you are doing. Then we're going to talk about each particular area in detail later on, each of the key areas you're training. But start off by, you know, the genesis of this, why this particular event, you know, the usual stuff.
Well, thanks, Rev, for having me out here.
I hear you, bro.
You know, and it's a good thing that we're out here, and I think you and I have been in doing corporate training and people development for many years.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, my company Icon Management Solutions would do close to about 10 trainings every year. But we sat with my team and said, why don't we just combine everything that we do throughout the year and just do one big event?
You know what I mean?
You know, less is more. You know,
just get them in and
just put everything out there. So that's what we're calling it: 20 speakers, 15 master classes over 3 days. You know, so basically it's doing 15 master classes. You know, the CEO masterclass, the leadership masterclass, customer service masterclass, a sales masterclass, which you are doing that masterclass.
Yes. You know, because I know. Do you ever wonder why I picked you to do that masterclass?
Tell me.
Because I think you've come. Anybody that has been in the network space for many years at Goldman Sachs,
yeah.
And you've been in
that space forever.
Forever.
I only have to recently.
Oh wow! You didn't.
Yes.
I didn't even know.
No, what I've done, I've just remained now just buying stuff. But I mean, I think we've run with it for a while.
And I've seen so many people that have done an exit like that.
Yeah.
So we have the sales masterclass, we have the career masterclass, and we have the personal development masterclass as well. I think for me, one of the things I'm passionate about now is personal development.
Oh yeah.
And personal branding. I always tell people, if I ever taught and coached on anything, I would coach on personal branding. And I feel like.
Is that what you're going to be coaching on the 3 days? Is it 3 days?
The 3 days event,
Yeah.
Yes. You know,
So you're going to have a corporate masterclass on personal branding.
Yes,
Nice.
definitely. We're going to have that on personal branding. So we're going to do that session as well, because here's why I love, and I'm glad that we're doing it. The event is called the Corporate Summit. And what I love the most is, and I've been saying this, what really blesses me the most with, you know, personal branding is it's not just the images you put across.
Yeah,
It's about who you become in the inside.
I agree.
And one of the things that you look at, most of our corporate leaders in the corporate space, one of the things that they've done pretty good is personal branding. So you can be CEO, you could have more degrees than a thermometer, but if you don't manage your brand, you know, you're leaving money on the table. And what we do is not just for us, it's for legacy. We need to leave a footprint that water will hear, steady will hear.
Yeah.
You know, so personal branding is very key. That's how you tell it. And that's why it's difficult for us to go back and look at the stories of the people. It's hard to get all the stories because most of our people, we're not very intentional. I see so many key people in this country that don't build strong personal brands. So I think for me, that's one of the things I'm passionate about. And so those masterclasses basically are going to be 15 and 20 speakers. Of course, you know, you're also doing a tech masterclass as well. But we just put the key leading masterclasses. So the focus is to target corporate people. So it's what we've been doing over the year, put it in 3 days and do a powerful event. And I always tell people that, look, everybody does events, but for me, it's impact. It's not just where people come and get excited. It's about how do we transform how we lead. I'm passionate about leadership. So how can we inspire people in the corporate space? Because trust me, that's another thing that we don't see as much in this country. You know, in the space of leadership, you know, where are the corporate leaders? You know, where are the men
it's good to have a job, your CEO, your
You're head of department. But where is the leadership? Where's the impact? Because a good leader works himself out of his job.
Agreed.
So those are conversations.
But don't you think it's because of the fact that most are in the same word you just say, jobs?
Yes.
They are not really running their own enterprises, because if they were running their own enterprises, it could be a different story, not so.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. Because I feel like even if you're working for a different organization, if you're a leader, you're a leader. You will show up like a leader in that space.
No, even if you work for a company that hires you, your leadership will show. People will be able to say this person. If it's in you, it's in you. You can't really, say if I was in my business, then I would run and do these things differently. It starts where you are. So for me, I don't think because you are employed or you are hired, that's where you're not exhibiting proper leadership qualities.
So would you say that that's the reason why we're not seeing continuity in terms of intergenerational transfer of business?
Exactly. By the way, we just actually talked about the corporate space, but this is a problem we have in politics.
Yep.
We have the same problem in church.
Yep.
Agreed. I was talking to
unless you're talking about the traditional churches, those are different.
Well, I don't think so, because that's another conversation on the other side as well.
Sure.
I am telling you.
Are you
I am telling you. I am telling you. I had a conversation with, and it's the first time I'm talking about it, but it's a topic I want to do another day. I had a conversation with a good friend of ours, Bishop Ebo Tosi.
Yes.
And we were having coffee, and I said to him, one of the biggest challenge we have now is leadership. And the corporate world is struggling with leadership. The political space is struggling with leadership.
Massively.
And the church is struggling. But I said to him, the politicians and the corporate leaders go to church. So the church has got more influence. But guess what the problem is? The church is not even equipped to mentor and coach the politicians and the corporate leaders.
And don't you think that's because for a long time, being in politics was demonized by the church?
Yes, 100%. So I think the church needs to go back. The church is still sleeping. Yep. The church in Zambia actually is sleeping. And for me, I always avoid conversations around church, because every time I speak,
very inflaming.
Yeah,
people get pissed off. People get
exactly.
People,
but also sometimes why, for me, with the background that I have, I always shun, carrying certain things from the church side, is because when you talk about church, people feel like that's the time to be lazy. You understand? So so the moment you start to talk about God, it looks like it's come to a place where permission,
we can slow down.
We can slow down.
Don't need to be
Exactly. That's why the church doesn't have proper systems. And so when the corporate leaders go to church, they are told, you don't have faith. When they say, let's set up systems, set up standards on how we can run as a professional organization. What's the succession plan? Now, that's the most controversial.
Especially succession plan. You just start talking about that. I've actually heard this myself with my own ears.
Yeah.
I started this church without you. We've been here. We built it to where it is. You can go.
You can go. By the way, let me tell you. One of my mentors actually told me, he said, "Steady, this is my church. I will do what I want."
Oh my.
And I said, "Yes, sir."
Wow.
And that's why people like us can't even add value to the church space. Because when we come to the church, you always
to be honest, that is one of the reasons, I'm sure you know this, why I am not a pastor. And the other reason, of course, is I'm a bit too rough on the edges. So everybody will leave the church. There'll be nobody left when I'm done with it. So to save people, we will not be running a church. So you see a lot of people, they're always on my case. Man, I'm going to pastor. You're not even have a church. You don't have a church. But I tell them, listen, guys, there's a reason I don't have a church. The reason is because I am what I am. I am not designed to pamper people. I'm designed to whip people and beat them up in order to get them into their destiny. So now that's not nice for church. Church, you need the people to be not shinkering butter per se, but just pampering you at yash baby. So riaish. It's okay.
It's the way you say these things.
Yeah, no, it's okay, baby. Don't worry, you are a victor where you are. You are successful.
Yeah.
And don't listen to those reverends like Otamwambazi because they will destroy you. Just continue where you are. God understands you as you are. I don't teach that kind of message. So you see, so I'm too hard, I'm too rough. But the truth of the matter is, I think in a way, instead,
Yeah.
people like you and I have an opportunity to say what many pastors can't say.
Thank you for saying that. I agree with you 100%.
We can just say it. And
We can say,
you
yeah.
Take it or leave it,
Yeah.
go throw yourself off a bridge or something.
True.
But at the end of the day, we're just going to tell you what the word says. We're going to tell you what life is like on the ground in this earth. And one of the things we need, which you've just highlighted, is corporate governance.
Exactly.
That's why we're not taking, well, I'm not part of that. That's why they are not taken seriously. Because but you know what shocks me, though? I mean, we're definitely going to get into your key topics.
Yes.
But what shocks me, though, is that perfectly intelligent people, or so you'd think,
Yes.
perfectly intelligent people in corporate jobs who look like they've got their act together are also going and sitting under these
Yes.
individuals
Yes.
who have zero corporate governance,
Exactly.
absolute cult-like style of leadership,
Exactly.
and zero courtesy.
Yeah.
But they'll sit in there and they'll be part of those ministries. That's the part that shocks me.
I mean, it blows my mind 100% as well. And
But it proves that they are cult leaders. It proves that they are masters of mind control.
Exactly, true,
Yeah.
100%. Because I've seen the most successful people in corporate spaces just go and sit under total BS.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and
Idiots, to be sorry.
exactly,
Just
you know,
absolute
so
idiots.
you go and sit there back and forth, and you don't even question. But again, it's mind control.
No, it's
you know?
total.
And that's why when we go back to the corporate space, we don't even level up our game.
No.
Because you don't even invest so much in your personal development, your professional
Absolutely.
development,
Yeah.
because now you just use spiritual gymnastics now each and every time.
Absolutely.
So you are a brilliant guy, but church has messed you up.
And let's go further. What the church does to mess you up is get you into. Let me read scripture. Because if I'm going to say.
So we're talking about corporate stuff. We're going to church.
No, I just want to read this part. No, because this one. No, I just have to read it because it will drive my point home. No, I just have to read it.
I hear
No,
you.
this one, Mdala. No, this one is just going to hit the nail on the head. Because Vinango. Come on, where is that scripture now? Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. Just hold on. But be talking.
Yeah. So I think as you're going there, so I think some of the key things for me when we talk about corporate peak performance, I think
I found it.
you found it. Go ahead, son.
You see, the people will insist so much on certain activities that don't make any sense. And this scripture I'm about to read is depressing because everybody will know what I refer to. So the question is either you ignore the scriptures, which people seem to be doing nowadays, and going with what they are taught, or you accept what the Bible is saying. Listen to what it says. But when you pray, when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what you've done in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think that they will be heard through their many words.
True.
Do not be like them, for your Father in heaven knows what you need even before you ask. So you see, one of the things that happens in these our circles is people are taught that you need to pray.
Exactly.
So now you spend half the day just going, you need to pray, pray. And the truth of the matter is, in that half a day, what level of productivity have you produced in that?
Exactly, and that's where the bigger problem. Even that's why most Christians are a problem in their workplaces.
Because they can't be productive.
They can't be productive because they're always in their mind. They are operating with what Papa said.
Correct.
So they always, when your boss comes to speak to you about your attitude or maybe like how you're not producing, you go straight and start praying in tongues. Where are you praying in tongues? Go for a professional development
Thank
course.
you.
Learn
what you need to do.
learn what
and
you're
then do
supposed
what's
to.
stake. Yeah.
I was with my daughter today, and we were driving, and we were driving with my daughter and my sister, and you know, and I was talking to them, and they said, and their friend called them and says, "Who's that talking?" And says, "That's my brother." He says, "We are always in coaching sessions here."
Okay, we'll come back to you. When we come back, we're going to go. So those of you joining us, we are having the corporate summit with Coach Steady this week and this month of November, and you need to be part of what's going on next month of November. Yeah, okay, I feel like November has already come. Because it's 31st today, you know.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
So
Tomorrow's the first, yeah.
But no, back to you. And when we come back, we'll be picking it up and going into super detail over exactly what the coaching sessions will be like and what's contained in the different master classes that will be offered. Over to you, Nono.
Thank you, Rev.
Rev Walter on Prosperity Insights, now on Hot FM.
Are we muted on here?
Yo-Yo Fun Snacks. The Hot FM headlines every 30 minutes on your number one for news and entertainment are powered by Yo-Yo Foods.
It's 19 hours and these are the headlines. The Energy Regulation Board has maintained the prices for petroleum products for the month of November except for diesel, which has been increased by 1 kwacha 21 ngwe per litre. 3 people have died in a road traffic accident that occurred this morning along the Mosi Road in Lusaka's Ibex Hill area. The annual inflation for October 2024 has increased to 15.7% from 15.6% recorded in September 2024, according to the Zambia Statistics Agency. In international news, senior American officials have returned to the Middle East to try and reach a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, as the Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati has expressed caution optimism about a potential deal. And in sports news, Jos Buttler has extended his central contract with the England and Wales Cricket Board by a year. Be sure to catch the main bulletin coming up at 20 hours.
Hot FM. You made us number one. For news and entertainment. Hot FM. Zambia, get ready for something big. To celebrate Zambia's 60th independence, Eureka Chicken is bringing you a delicious offer you won't want to miss. It's the 60 for 60 promotion. For a limited time, enjoy Mfumo Chicken Hungarian sausages at 60 kwacha per kg. That's right, celebrate 60 years with the best taste at the best price. It all starts Friday, October 18th and runs until November 2nd, 2024 at Country Choice Chicken outlets nationwide. You can find Country Choice outlets in Lusaka, in Lundazi, in Chipata, Livingston, Mungu, Kasumbalesa, and in Kitwe. Don't miss out. Visit your nearest store and make your celebrations even more delicious with Eureka Chicken. Test the difference. Check out our Facebook page, Eureka Chickens, to find out more. Eureka Chicken. Test the difference. Invest in your future today. Buy a plot in the Nkwashi Estate. The Nkwashi Estate offers flexible payment plans that leaves no one behind. And if you make your payment up to 60%, you can apply to build your dream house while paying for the plot. So what are you waiting for? Be part of the Nkwashi Estate today. For more details, visit our offices in Kabulonga or look us up on Facebook. Nkwashi, so high.
Auto Talk Garage. For all your vehicle needs and checkups, you are welcome to come and visit us. Auto Talk is an insurance-approved garage that offers auto mechanics, auto electrical, panel beating, and more. We service the following brands: Audi, BMW, Ford, Jaguar, Jeep, Land Rover, Mazda, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, and VW. For more details, contact us on 0772-960-129 or 0977-717-064. We are located off Lilai Road opposite New Petroda Filling Station, Greystone, Chalala. Stand 10622. Auto Talk, the car specialist.
Male involvement in family planning is important. Being involved in family planning together improves the health and well-being of your family. Healthcare providers encourage men to be part of the family planning decisions. Make family planning choices together today. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with the support of the American people through the United States Agency for International Development USAID through the USAID Zambia Accessible Markets for Health project.
OneXBet, your gateway to endless excitement. Not sure what to do? Download the OneXBet app and dive into the action. Thousands of sporting events and exciting games are waiting for you. Unleash your intuition and lock with OneXBet. Use the promo code AppZambia and get a bonus to start. At the heart of the game, OneXBet is regulated by the Gaming Board of Zambia. Not for persons under the age of 18. Terms and conditions apply.
Hot FM, where every time is prime time.
Rev Walter on Prosperity Insights, now on Hot FM.
Alrighty, I'm back. And we are with Coach Stead, and we're discussing the Corporate Summit. And now in the Corporate Summit, the coach has actually a number of items which will be looked at. So walk us through the actual Corporate Summit and the different topics, and then we'll discuss them, of course, from our own understanding in order to help people understand what will be coming.
Yeah.
And what's going on. So maybe start off with the date and details, then we go into the detailed content.
So the Corporate Summit takes place on the 27th to 29th of November. So it's basically full day. So 2 full days. And then the third day, we have a golf networking event for corporate leaders, just as a networking event where just business leaders, corporate leaders can come through and just play golf.
Yeah.
Do you play golf, by the way?
No, I don't.
Why?
Haven't bothered to learn it.
Don't you think you should?
But I'm leaving. So when I go where I'm going, I will learn it.
What an excuse. But
it's a very addictive game.
Really?
Oh yes, golf is
extremely.
So one of my dear friends, Mwamba Penny II, was very keen to get me started. Like, he was gonna come fetch me. He was even gonna give me an old thingy. This thing, what you call the one with the golf? A kit.
Yes.
Yeah, he was gonna give me a whole kit and then get me started.
Yeah.
I told him, Mwamba, I know how golf is like. Nizaboya first.
So I feel like this is gonna be my time. This is gonna be an opportunity because I'm told the biggest deals are signed on the golf course.
Fact. But you need to become a member. So Lusaka Golf Club is pretty decent.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. In fact, on my show on Hot FM, the Corporate Talk that comes on Wednesday, I featured one man who loves golf. He's also gonna be the speaker, Mr. Justin Kazilimani.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
He actually lives right there in that same space.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's the CEO and senior partner for KPMG. He's going to be one of our speakers. He actually said something on the show with me. He says people feel like golf is for old men, rich old men who are bored and they don't have anything to do. But it's one thing. So you could use to also relax. So
it's it's actually become good exercise. By the time you do the holes all over.
Yeah. So I don't want to be alone. That's why I asked you. I don't want to be alone, as an amateur on the golf course. So I'm trying to recruit.
Yeah, true. The challenge is I don't even know how to hold the thingy properly.
Why? You're gonna learn. I'm gonna learn. There's always a first time to learn. So we're gonna have the golf, and then we are closing off the summit with a gala dinner. So
I saw that.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a dinner just to wind up, but also just to network and just create opportunities. Yeah. I feel like a lot of professionals don't really maximize spaces like that, and we want to make our space very rich with that. And then we have a number of speakers that are gonna be taking in sessions as well at the gala dinner, but also the sessions that we're going to be doing. But also we've opened it up for companies that want to come and exhibit or even come on board as sponsors as well, to just come and be part of that. We also have Institute of Directors coming in as well. Just to come and do their thing in that space as well, just to have conversations around that. And ZRIA as well is going to be coming on board as well to really just share. So for companies and businesses that want to come on board, You know, we always do quality stuff. We've done these things for over 10 years, 15 years now. So the experience we're going to have for the corporate summit is going to be something unusual. But also I always tell people, and the first time maybe I'm saying this on radio, one of my biggest challenges is to get speakers. Because I believe in doing quality events. I don't want people to come to events and you're feeling like, why did I even go?
You know what I mean?
You know, so if you look at the lineup of speakers that we've brought on board for the corporate summit, these are quality people. It's game changer. You know, so for me, it's not just doing another event like everybody else is doing events. It's about how can we do events that impact people? How can we do events that empower companies, businesses, and organizations?
That's right.
I want people to leave from our events stretched, frustrated, in a good sense, where you feel like, gosh, I've been playing with my life.
You know what I mean?
You know, and today I shared a story. I said, look, the quality of what we're doing. I shared a post on my Facebook and said, look, this is the best and top corporate event you're gonna see. Now, I'm a man who started from Chifundo Market. I tell people and says, even the name of the market puts me at a disadvantage.
I'm telling you,
but Chifundo Market. But you see, you know, so you can't tell me this thing doesn't work. I've got receipts from where we built from, you know, starting from a place like that to building to where we're going. And even where we are, the future ahead of us is unbelievable, you know, where we are building. And that's where, for me, leadership is very, very, very key, you know, because for us to build things bigger in this, that will serve Zambia, you know, whether it's in the church space, in the corporate space, or in the political space, we need men that have got a different mindset.
Agreed.
I shared a story, which I share more often, of a CEO who started up a company, but stepped down from his business and hired a CEO to run his business. He says, I am going to learn to become better at what I do, so that I can come back and run this company in the most successful way, you know, so that it's easy for me to do what I'm supposed to do. Now, for me, that's some level of humility, you know, to start a business, Rev, and to step down.
It means he knew exactly what he's looking for.
Exactly. And he knows where he's going to.
Exactly.
A lot of people just, you know, lead by the Pikechala mode. You know. But if we're going to change how we lead in the corporate world or in the church space or in the political space, there's got to be, we have to take our game to the next level. And that's why, and that's what breaks my heart. Why a lot of things we do trend a lot is because we live in a country that is not ready for honest conversations.
Yeah, true.
You know, in the corporate space, we need to sit ourselves down and say, are we leading like we're supposed to be leading? You know, Zesco needs to sit and say, are we leading?
Yeah.
Did we see what's happening? Can we have these honest conversations? Why are we here? Every time I hear those interviews, it's like somebody complaining. There's no leadership. It's not an energy crisis, it's a leadership crisis. Where are the leaders in the corporate world that we say we take the blame? And this is what we're going to do? Where are the political leaders?
Absolutely.
And it starts from there.
Yes.
Now, and that's why for me, again, it's also a religious thing religious people do. Oh, Zambia is going to get better. How? How is Zambia going to get better? How? Let's have, you know, we are too spiritual. We're so heavenly minded that we are earthly useless. You know, and for me, that breaks my heart. We always talk about how we're going to change this country, how we're going to empower, you know, impact. Like, how are we going to change it? Let's start from those conversations. One, you want to die on your job. Like you're not giving younger people an opportunity, because a good leader works himself out of my job. I want to be a leader who says, my time is out. Let me mentor the young people. But also, to be fair, these young people we are mentoring in these corporate spaces, in the political spaces, are too thirsty, you know, for success, that they don't want to go through the process. They want it quick and they want it now. So let's strike a balance.
Yeah, you know what I feel, especially on that last point you raised. I feel that it has a lot to do with where the environment that they're coming up in.
Yes.
So that environment is inculcating that kind of culture.
Exactly. Sure.
And so it's a very unfortunate situation, because we don't see how can you put a mentoring of these young people to raise them up. And of course, the models don't help either. I think right now we're at a stage in this country where, in fact, it's been a while like that, being a politician seems to be something to aspire for. Exactly. I'm not saying politicians are bad people. I'm just saying many people would rather be a politician so that they can steal, because that's what they're saying.
Unfortunately.
That's what they're saying.
You know, I wrote.
It's not really
yeah.
about service. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. I think your point was great. I hope I didn't interrupt you.
No,
because
no. We are done.
Here's one thing and I'm glad you brought it up. I've been saying this. I think I wrote an article 2-3 years ago entitled "Why Zambian Politics Is Not for Me."
I think I saw that title.
Yeah. So I think for me, I love my country, but being a politician is not a no. Is a no for me.
No, sure.
And I said, the day Zambians begin to go and seek for leaders who can lead them and say, we'll invest in you for us to lead you, then the game will have changed. Maybe we can consider to become politicians.
Yeah.
Because today, you want to be a politician, but you're going to beg. Wow, now I remember where the conversation was starting from. I was speaking to my daughter. She's at CBU. And she was telling me, she says, Dad, do you know that people come and kneel to be voted into that office? And I said, but why are you kneeling? That something is fishy. For me, if a politician or anybody who wants to become a leader is coming to kneel and beg for a role, is what you were talking about. They're looking to steal.
Of course.
They're looking for prestige for themselves.
The biggest place to steal from right now is in the political.
Exactly. So they're looking for, like, why am I coming to beg?
Because why are these people, I mean, let's be real, why are they being recycled? But we're going off topic. So let's go. They just keep changing color, you know. First they were green before, then they became blue.
Yeah.
They did the blue thing, then they became green.
Exactly.
They did the green thing, now they're red.
Unfortunately.
Same person.
But you know where the problem is? I just got distracted. I don't even understand.
Okay, let me ask you.
No, I'm gonna go there. You know,
but I want to take you through the content you're teaching.
No, but we need to finish
the whole
the whole conversation. Is the reason why the reason why we keep having the same people leading us is because we have not raised the standard.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We've not raised the standard. So it's a bigger problem for us because we've not raised the standard. So people are doing whatever they're supposed to do. So if you're going to lead well in the corporate space, if you're going to lead as the politicians, and that's the power of really building your personal brand.
Yeah.
I tell people, you can't fire me from being steady. I'm the CEO of the brand called me. So I have no issues. I am fulfilled all by myself. I am happy. So I'm not looking for a good job or a political office to be able to find meaning and relevance. I got it. I built it by myself, and I'm intentionally building it. And this is what we need to build. We need to inculcate in our younger people as they begin to lead and go to the next level. You know. So for me, I think that's what I want.
So let's go into some of the subjects you'll be covering.
Yeah.
You've got the career masterclass. Just walk us a bit through that. So we'll be going one by one.
Well, I think
this one is being has Janice Matwi. We know her very well.
Yeah, so
she's going to be the speaker running this particular class.
So Janice is going to do the career masterclass and 2 other masterclasses. But the key thing that we've highlighted for her, because I think she's a country head for SCCA Zambia.
That's right.
You know, and it's somebody I've seen who's very passionate about leading in the career space as well. She really is somebody that is, game changer in that space.
Yes.
So she's gonna take that masterclass and just to help participants, just how do you process? You know, I like how she tells a story. She's not an accountant, but she's running an organization for accountants in a sense like that.
Yeah.
But when you listen to a story, how she got to that place, it's amazing. And I feel like also what really distinguishes you is a mindset. So the career masterclass will bring up, such conversations and just to inspire people to be able to go in places you've never been to before. You know, how do you pivot in all the things that you're doing to be able to fit in and be able to add value in those spaces.
Nice. And then we've also got my man, Mr. Kazilimani Jr.
Yes.
He's doing the CEO Masterclass. So what exactly is that? CEO Masterclass.
Again.
Because in Zambia, everybody's a CEO.
It's such a hater.
CEO, but because if it says Chief Executive Officer, there should be...
There are no receipts.
No, they're not even an EXCO.
Exactly.
So where's the EXCO?
Yes.
Chief of Operations, Chief Technical, Chief...
all of those things. And I guess that's why I think we're having conversations around that, because and one of the things is, for me, it's not just having a title that you're CEO. It's really preparing yourself. And I see it with most of our Zambian entrepreneurs that they dream big, they want to achieve a lot of those things, but they're not intentional about how they build their brand to evolving and becoming a CEO that they're supposed to be and run with
So
it.
just a minute. Somebody's saying that we've got a lot of echo. You're muted? You sure you're totally muted there?
Let me see.
Just mute your volume there so that it's just done. Mute.
Okay, I think it's muted.
And then the mic is also muted, isn't it? Somebody's giving us a signal that there's a lot of echo. Mambela echo ya back. Ya pakisa. All right, so we continue. So on the CEO.
Yeah. So I think for me, again, like I said, bringing speakers that can speak is easy because everybody could read a book and just come and talk about it. You know, so I feel for me the CEO masterclass basically is coming from somebody who's got 31 years
in the space, in the
space,
and done very well.
Done actually pretty good for himself, and I think for me, when we were trying to bring in a speaker, we're looking at somebody who's very seasoned to be able to impact.
No, he's more than adequate. He's
a
very. I have a lot of respect for Jason.
So I feel like that's the space we're coming from. So everyone that is like a CEO, you know, and trust me, even the ones we call briefcase, what do you call? Companies or something, it's an opportunity for you to begin to learn, you know, and build from there. So the CEO masterclass is going to be that, you know, just to get the inspiration, to get the tools, you know, in the making of what a CEO really looks like.
Nice one.
You know, and just building at a different level and building at another level. That's basically what we're going to focus on that.
Then we've got the human resource masterclass. Now, of course, this is a space that has a lot of gurus I know personally.
Yes.
But you've got this lady here, Mwene.
Yes.
And she's coming through to speak on the same from Deloitte. Let's talk more about the human resource space. What's that about? And what will people be expecting?
So I think Mwene has been in the space for over 15 years in the HR space. And she's head of people at Deloitte, you know, and I think one of the key things interacting with people like that is you notice how it's not just about you being a guru in that space, but it's also having the mindset, you know, that really changes the game and just adds a lot of value. So I think with everything that she's been able to do, succeed, you know, I feel like she brings a lot. Because for me, people are big for me. You know, people are really, really big for me. Because you could have the biggest dream, but if you don't have the right people, you know, it's difficult for you to be able to thrive in your organization. In fact, one of the things I always pray for is quality people in whatever I do. You know, so you know, HR is big because that's where the people business happens. That's where you know, people that really run organizations and build. As brilliant as you can be, you need to make sure you have people that can push you, people that can help you become what you're supposed to be. So I feel like that, you know, Tekla, my friend, what's happening? She says Chizungu pa radio. I said, no, that's my friend Tekla listening to the show. So I think HR is big for every organization with whatever you're doing. It's very key for you to have the right people. So they're going to give us the tools on how to manage that.
Nice.
What's been your experience with people management as a leader, as a business leader?
Myself?
Yes.
People are the fourth factor towards a very successful business. In business, there are essentially four pillars that are required to see that business really thrive and take off. And these are things that must be worked on. The first is obviously, well, in no particular order, but they all play a part. One is tools. Every business has tools. And you need to have those tools in place in order to ensure that you can deliver faster and more efficiently. That's what tools do. The second is processes. So you need to have processes in place that you know how the means by which your product or service is generated can be done efficiently. The third is systems. Systems are the backbone of any institution, organization, and of course business. But the fourth, which a lot of people ignore, is people. In fact, people for me are the other side of the pillar.
I actually say people for me is number one.
True, but
Yeah.
truth be told, the reason is there are a lot of automated one-man subcontracted arrangements. So for what I call a self-employed, or what's the other one for self-employed? There's another term. There's self-employed, and there's another term which is very popular nowadays: gig economy, consultancy type gigs.
Yeah.
You can do it as a one-man person, but then if you're going to run a systemized business, certainly people become very critical, because minus the people, I don't care how good your systems, your processes, and your tools are, you're not going to transcend beyond a certain level.
Yeah, and
that's why people management is so critical.
Yeah, so and I think for me that's one of the things that has really been big, because I also understand that without the right people, I can't.
No, you can't progress.
I can't build.
No.
I was listening to Magic Johnson. Now, in one of our trainings, I shared a video by Magic Johnson. He was sharing about a young guy he works with. You know, he was just saying, this guy is young, but the millions I've made in my life is because of him. If he doesn't sign off a deal, I don't run with the deal.
Wow.
Now this is a guy who's built a massive brand,
You know what I
but
mean?
understands the power of people.
Absolutely.
You know, and I feel like in this country we don't
Do you
value
know,
that.
Do you know that when it comes to people, you essentially have two wings to business? There's customer care and customer experience, which deals with the externals.
Yeah.
But there is work culture and experience as an internal.
Yes.
If your internal work culture and experience is toxic, you hemorrhage
Yeah.
really gifted people. And
True.
unfortunately, there's a lot of Tumalitu setups that are so toxic. They are really good businesses, but they're so toxic.
I feel like that's a topic we need to talk about.
So I'm with you on that, because
Yeah.
I'm big on that. So
I know you're going masterclass after masterclass.
Yes,
I wanted to
yes.
jump to. Can I jump to this one?
Yeah.
I know you have a list of the
I'm
masterclasses.
looking at them.
Yeah. Can I jump to this masterclass?
Let's do it.
So there's a gentleman who's flying in from Zimbabwe. He's a second vice president for people management in Zimbabwe. You know, like Institute of Human Resources, we would call it here. And he's coming to teach on mental health.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about some people don't even understand you've got a bipolar boss. You have people, you work in a toxic environment. Now, mental health has become so big in the area of business, and that's what you're talking about, the toxicity.
Yes.
But nobody spends and invests more time and resources to build in that area and in that space. So with what you're saying, that's really, 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 really
Do you
powerful.
know what I now do?
Yeah.
I went through a course and now I've become certified in it, which is neuropsychology, neuro leadership, and neurosafety.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, and in neurosafety, neuro leadership, and neuropsychology.
You see why I invited you're the only church guy I invited to come and speak.
But you gave me sales, so I'm gonna kind of focus on the sales. But I hear what you mean.
don't worry, I could bully you to do some sessions.
I hear you.
But you see why I said what I said.
Yeah.
Is I like the fact that you come from that space, but
Yes.
you also value learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's very key.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, and for me that really helps a lot to do what we're supposed to do.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, just back to your gentleman from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
What has been happening is for a lot of Fortune 500 companies, they actually reach, these companies become Fortune 500 companies because they actually reach a level where everything is purring like a proper machine.
Yeah.
But they're asking themselves, where are we failing to go to the next level? And what has been identified among every one of these is corporate culture.
Oh wow.
So it is the culture that takes a company from an ordinary company to an extraordinary company. Now, Toyota,
I like that.
absolutely,
I like
Toyota,
that. Yeah, I like
Toyota has a culture called Kaizen, which means always improving. It's not a system; it's a culture. It's inculcated from the CEO
I like that.
to the smallest guy.
Wow.
They teach, live, breathe, and walk, always improving.
That's a problem we have in this country.
Absolutely. People are so satisfied with mediocrity.
Exactly.
Mediocrity is like a badge of honor in this country.
Unfortunately.
No, but it's a fact.
And unfortunately, and we're qualified to talk about it because we're doing something about it.
No,
and
we're
that's
doing
a
something about
reason
it.
why, for me, I told you I struggle to get the right speakers because I'm looking for speakers that can transform how people process. It's not just one workshop to go and get sitting our allowance for. It's about transforming what we do, building what we do. So I like that, man. I want to stay there, like.
No, but it's a very serious issue.
Yeah.
Because here's the question. That's where when I do my opening slide on neuro leadership.
Yeah.
The first question we all ask ourselves: don't top level mining companies, manufacturing companies have a serious checklist when it comes to safety? Don't they? The answer is yes. Do they have officers dedicated to meeting the standard? That there's a thing they get, there's a certification they get. Don't they have officers who ensure they maintain that standard, right? Certification, ISO 9000, ISO this, ISO that. They have that.
Yeah.
Don't they have checklists and tick lists? Yes. Don't they have training? Yes. Don't they have all these processes that are part of what ensures that they are operating in absolute safety? Yes. Why do they have disasters? So I always ask that question: why do they have disasters?
Yeah.
And the most famous disaster is Deep Horizon, the worst environmental disaster in the world. 2009, oil rig explodes, burns for 1 month, spills oil which took them 8 months to clear, $79 billion worth of litigation and damages.
Wow.
This is a top-notch Fortune 500 company that had such a disaster. So where were all the processes? What happened to all the systems? How could such a thing happen? Answer: culture. So we go deep into culture. So it's one of my favorite topics because it provokes people into deeply thinking.
True.
Oh,
That's
yes.
very true.
So it's culture that differentiates between Google and Fuebene Enterprises.
Fuebene, that
The difference is culture, nothing else.
You see, this is why I'm an addicted student.
Yeah,
because
hear
I
it.
don't want to end up Fuebene.
You know what I mean? No, I'm in the same boat. And this is where a lot of people who've worked with me, one of our bylines, it's one of my Tumasoko standards.
Yeah.
I always say, always deliver outstanding service and above expected performance.
True.
So I will under promise and over deliver.
True.
And to do that, you have to operate at a place of excellence. And I think it's Aristotle. We quote him ad hominem. But it's Aristotle who said, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not a coincidence, but a habit. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's something you do all the time. So you're always striving, and that's what makes excellence. But it's a component of culture. But culture let me tell you, culture, did you know that the performance of any company or organization is 10% leadership and 90% culture? I was blown away.
Interesting.
That's why we have changed presidents. But government is government. Bomb. The council is still exactly the same.
And
they are exactly the same, I assure you. Under MMD, under SATA, under ECL, and now under HH.
Yeah.
Who is like Mr. Bali will fix it. Same council nonsense.
True. And I'm glad we're having these conversations. And I think that's what this country needs.
Yes.
Let's have these conversations. Don't let silence kill what conversation can cure.
That's right.
And for me, those are the things we need to be doing and saying, guys, let's hold ourselves accountable and to a higher standard. And this is what the standard really looks like.
Yes.
One thing that breaks my heart in this country, every time there's a new building that is launched, it looks great. And I'll always say, let's come back 10 years.
Oh, disaster.
Disaster.
Yes.
And we always feel like we are the victim but we never take accountability for our issues. What are the issues we need to fix? And some leaders right now listening to us, they don't like what we're talking about.
No, because they know it's the reality.
No, but they don't like what we're talking about because they don't want to face.
I agree. And the saddest part, I've heard this, and that's how you know culture is so powerful. The saddest part is people go into these organizations, institutions, ministries, and the people at the bottom say, "We're passing to 6 months to Zava on." And many of them end up having to conform.
Yes.
Because they are really made to suffer.
And I kind of feel like it's a bigger challenge even in the corporate space. This is why even our institutions don't really change as much and influence and lead at a different level.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody walks into that space and you already have people wanting to really pull you down.
This is why, for me, the only way you change certain institutions and organizations is a total appraisal. Just do a full appraisal so that those who are not really deserving to be there, let them go.
Thank
and
you.
let's get people that are willing. But moving on, very touchy topic, but moving on, we've got the sales masterclass.
So tell us about the sales masterclass. What do we expect?
Let me give a dionko. You know, sales is my thing.
Yeah.
There are 2 key activities.
Yeah.
That every business, regardless of which it is, where it is, what it's doing, if these 2 are left out, the business is toast. Toast. It doesn't matter how powerful your sales plan is or your marketing plan is. It doesn't matter how powerful your strategic plan is. It doesn't matter how powerful your so-called CEOs and whatever it is are, product. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You ignore these 2. Your business is toast. Number 1, always have your product in front of customers. Let your customers, prospects, be eyeballing your product or service. If people are not, if there are no eyeballs on your business, you can forget about your business.
Wow.
This is the reason instead why street vendors are street vendors. It is because the traffic is on the street. And so the most effective spot to have your product is where the eyeballs are.
Oh, wow.
Simple. So that's number 1. So
maybe your topic should be get to the streets.
Yeah. But you know what I love about this?
Yeah.
The question becomes, are your products or services in front of your prospects? So that's number 1. So in sales, that's the big one now.
True.
Are they? So we call it marketing. Number 2, and for me, number 2 is even more critical than number 1. You see, you can have your product in front of the customers. You can have people eyeballing your product. Awesome. But number 2, there must be transactions. Not just sales, transactions. Money must move from Stead's account to my account.
True.
I must hear that sound, ka-ching,
Yeah.
or can notice you have received.
Yeah.
This is when you have truly closed the sale. And in sales, everything boils down to the transactions. If you have no transactions, I don't care. You could have Tony Robbins giving you the ABCs of sales and give you a super master plan with Elon Musk's blessings for good measure.
Yeah.
If you don't have those sales, bro, with the money coming in, forget it. So, you see, what does money translate to? Cash flow, the very lifeline of every business.
Wow.
So when you're out selling, I don't care about invoices. I don't care about quotations. I don't even care about demos. I care about the money
Transactions
from that client to our accounts. And you know, the moment I really got the hang of this, now of course the demos are very, very critical because that's how they see the product.
Yeah.
But if the money is not coming, it's a mess.
Sure.
So in the sales masterclass, we're learning the ABCs, what we call the anatomy of a sale.
Wow.
So we'll be walking people through the anatomy of a sale.
Now, I think with what you said, I was listening to a video, and the gentleman said, in our company, if you don't meet your targets, we fire you.
Yeah, fact. Why should they keep you? For what? That's why. Do you know? By the way, I'm just not gonna mention the company. I'm not gonna mention the company because we'll be giving them free adverts. But there's a company in Zambia. And in fact,
Don't mention them.
No, I won't mention. But let me just talk about what they're doing. This is so powerful. Did you know that right now in Zambia, there is a company, an organization that will offer you a 3-day masterclass in sales for free. No, it's 7 days. 7-day masterclass for free. And when you're done with this masterclass, which you're trained by experts, you can be given an office, a desk, and a spot to start working. They will give you the space, your room. You start working, and they give you between 40 to 25% sales on all the business you bring, and it's commission based. And if you do good numbers, they have all manner of riders. You can move up to management level. You can even get special trips out of the country. They give you that. Anyone can apply now. Go start.
Yeah.
It's amazing, Stead, how many people keep yapping about there are no opportunities for young people to do something, yet that company, as I speak to you, has been offering this for the last 5 years.
Wow.
Yes. Proper corporate office. You go learn 7 days crash course in selling, and then you're given a product and you're told there, and they give you a list and leads, and you start.
Wow.
Yeah, most people can't do it. The Zambian turnover rate is 80%.
Wow.
And the 20% limp along lamely. It's insane. When some other people like Zimbabweans come, they just cannot understand what's wrong with Zambia. So this has been going on for 5 years, bro. 5 years.
We don't take advantage of the opportunities that we have.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
I'm really looking forward to that, sales masterclass, because I think there's a lot of stuff that you really are going to be breaking down. So that's an interesting conversation, because I think like you said, I think every business needs to bring in the money.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel people just feel like just because you showed up, then you came to work and there's no results, so that one for me is scary for most people.
Yeah. And do you know that's why many people will not do commission jobs, because they are so afraid.
Yeah.
But I can tell you the number one place where, if you want to become rich today, the number one place where you can really make it. That's why you kind of made fun in the beginning. But did you know that the most powerful school for learning how to run a business, if you want to have a crash course in learning how to run a business, join network marketing. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Because network marketing will teach you not only how to sell, it'll even teach you how to manage a team. So you get this crash course in HR, crash course in selling, crash course in living on the edge, crash course in no sales, brokenness, everything.
I know.
You learn all that stuff. Leads, how to hunt for leads, how to get new names, you will learn all that stuff in a network marketing. And you know what I love about network marketing? They will teach you these things for free.
And that's an opportunity for you.
Yeah. So just join it for about 1 year and take that as your university.
True.
When you're done with, if you succeed in network marketing and build a team, you can run your own business.
Wow, interesting.
That's why some of us now run our own businesses. We did enough of that network marketing gig.
Yeah.
And now we're at a place where, you know what? I can build a brand from zero. I can build a product, a service, put systems, get people, plug in, affiliates, the whole works. I can do all that stuff.
Sure.
Start as a business from zero with a product. I can do it. And that's why I do charge what I charge, because I know that I have what it takes to get any business to work. So anyway, we gotta wind up. So what are the parting words, and especially the it's just, so you need to do your where do people buy the tickets? See what number, Shanivaso.
So I thought you're still going through the master classes, but
we've got like basically 4 minutes.
Actually,
you actually got customer service.
Yeah, customer service.
Chavungalungu,
and then we've got leadership,
which is
Claire.
Auntie Claire. Yes,
yeah,
Claire
she's doing that masterclass. So I think for all the info we've shared here, you could go to our Facebook page, the Corporate Summit. Yeah, that's on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. And X as well. The Corporate Summit. You'll find all those details. About all the masterclasses that we're hosting and all the speakers. They're already posted out on those spaces. So, and then also you could send us an email, info@thecorporatesummit.com, info@thecorporatesummit.com, or you could call, text, or send a WhatsApp to 076 44 22 000.
That's right.
076 44 22 000. those are the numbers you could call if you want to register. Whether you are an individual wanting to participate.
Wait, let's go the number again.
07. These new numbers.
Yeah.
076 44 22 000.
Okay, I'm posting that on the chat.
Okay, and then you want to put the email as well?
Okay.
info@thecorporatesummit.com.
Okay, so hold on.
Email. Yeah.
On info
at thecorporatesummit.com. That's
corporate.
Yeah.
See, this is how you know it's serious, people. Summit.info.
Not .com.
.com.
Yeah, info@thecorporatesummit.com.
Ah, there you go.
We also have a website. It's actually www.thecorporatesummit.com. So you can check out our website as well.
Let me put what we call the live link. So I'm doing the whole HTTPS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're a company,
the corporate summit, eh?
Yeah,
Like
the corporate. Yeah, the corporate summit, like the email. Yeah. So for companies that want to exhibit, we have enough space. For companies that want to come and sponsor, and then for companies that just want to send their people to go through the 15 master classes that will benefit their business, this is an event for you. It's happening at the Lusaka Legacy Resort. You could register as well, and then also we have a dinner. We have a golf networking event that's happening, and the speakers is Mr. Jason Kazilimani, Janice Matwi, Reverend Water, Chavunga Lungu, Coach Claire, yes, yeah, Mwene as well from Deloitte. So those are the speakers that we have. So it's going to be an amazing space to be in, and just the opportunity to network with people and have fun as well, and just learn and take our businesses to the next level is something you can't trade for anything. So yeah, so I think that's it from my end.
All right, great. So what we do then, for those of you that are listening in by radio, Way of Radio, that's what's going to be happening soon. Yeah. You want to be a part of this, and the details of the cost of the event and all those things are in the links shared, especially the corporatesummit.com, which is the website. You can click. Those of you watching by way of Facebook on my page, I have actually put the link there, and you can be able to click on that and follow through. We've also shared the email, so you can go get in touch. You can also send a WhatsApp message, I think, on the number that's been shared, and you can call as well.
Yeah.
You will get all the details, costs, and what are there, rebates, benefits, blah, 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 blah.
True.
And for me, really, in closing, what are your parting words, by the way, before I do the wrap up?
I think for me, my parting words is and I think the theme, the tagline says elevating corporate excellence, and I feel like we have an opportunity. Sir Richard Branson says if your goal is not to help people, you shouldn't be in business. And I feel like this is also an opportunity to help other people become better and see how we can save better and add value to people and invest in people. And like I said, it's not just another event, it's an event that is going to transform your life. But also I tell people it's also a vacation for, because there's also some of the packages is that you can stay there for 3 days, at Lusaka
deals, huh?
Yeah, so just make sure you get there and just network and meet people. You can't say you want to be successful in the corporate space and says, I don't like crowds. I don't like where there's too many people. Yeah. That's where the money is. That's where the jobs are at. So make sure you register now and just get off your comfort zone and be part of what we're doing.
Nice. So there you have it. So Coach Stead has given you the whole entire deal. That's what's happening, and you want to be a part of this. So make sure you go to the websites. I've shared the links on the page. You can get onto those, and you can make sure you become a part of what's going on. We look forward to seeing you. The dates again,
27th to 29th.
27th to 29th. So literally the end
November.
of this month. Yeah. So don't miss those. Be part of it. We've done this.
The end of next month.
Next month. Yeah. Next month starts tomorrow.
Yes.
So we're kind of caught in that. So make sure you're a part of that. Make sure you do not miss it. And we look forward to seeing you there. So for myself, next week I'll be back with another exhilarating show where we're looking at some more interesting things. But Stead is a good friend of mine and buddy, and looking forward to being a part of this on those days. Excited. So from us, it's an adios. Take care and see you soon.